Hey Greg.
Welcome back.
Welcome to the show again.
You may be wondering where we are. It's a secret location.
If you recognise it, we'll wait for you here.
If you recognise it, send us a message on Instagram. I haven't said that in a long time.
I haven't said that in a while. It's currently Thursday, and so this comes out on Monday, so we'll be here until Monday evening.
Yeah, if you know.
So if you want to bring us any supplies, if you know where the secret location is.
We're going to be hungry. Please.
Probably cold.
As Elliot and I were setting up the two cameras, by the way, you're welcome. For the two camera angles, I mean.
Point of view.
We realised we didn't remember any jokes for today. I think you have one joke.
I have one. But actually, sorry, before we get into this, we were walking through the forest and we need some help. In more ways than one, but for this particular thing, I remember this theme tune. It goes a bit like this, right? Neither of us can remember what it's from. And if you could let us know, that'd be great, 'cause it's going to wreck our heads. Ready, Greg?
I don't know how it goes.
Okay. Do 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 do.
I just want to point out that we're in this really haunted looking place. I don't know why I suggested here. And Elliot's out here singing these fucking weird,
I think
creepy
it's like
songs.
fucking EastEnders or some shit. I
You know
think,
what? I
but
think it
if you
might
could
be.
let us know. Oh, but the acoustics in here are lovely.
They are, yeah.
Hey, mama, like the way you move. Gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. There's a lovely little...
Like reverb, slapback reverb in
Yeah.
here or something, or delay. Yeah.
How many seconds of decay would you say it is, Greg?
Oh, fuck,
Come
I don't
on,
know.
Use your audiophile ears.
I don't know. It sounds lovely.
0.8 of a second.
It's that vaulted ceiling.
Yeah.
No, lovely stuff.
So today's going to be a scary episode.
Yeah. Welcome to the Spookcast.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I know any scary... Do you know the scariest thing? Possibly, like in terms of like fear that's ever happened to me.
What's that?
Never mind, like, you know, standing on a really tall building and all that. Like, not that kind of fear, like actual, like, scary fear.
Yeah.
You were there for it.
Was I?
Yeah.
Oh, was it when you walked up that dark road?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was a New Year's.
It was New Year's and we were in
like-
our friend's house in Kilcool and you were in our friend's house in Roundwood.
2011, I want to say.
Okay. Back arse to Roundwood, like.
Yeah, he lives in the middle of nowhere. And somehow I convinced you lot to come up to me
Yeah, so we left our little party and Greg, you said you'd meet us
at a pub.
at the Grove.
Now, I want to put it out there. I did not realise, if you aren't driving, how long a walk that is.
Yeah, and you were also flutered.
Yeah, I was very, very drunk.
So me and the lads hopped in a taxi and he dropped us to the Grove and one of the lads was like, oh, don't worry, like, it's only like a 10-minute walk up the road.
I thought it was that as well.
And you fucking thought it was too. So we start walking up the road from the Grove and it's pitch black and there's like fields on either side of you and it's kind of hilly.
Giant trees.
Yeah. And like we were all walking and I kid you not, we were all shitting ourselves. So much so, right? I'll tell this bit in a second, but you know like when a fox screams?
Yeah. Thanks for your
and that
rendition.
started happening and we were like,
Why did you have...
holy fucking shit, what is going on?
And
we were
deer screaming and all, yeah.
Yeah, deer screaming, and we were like, what is happening? So at that stage, me and the three other lads started holding hands.
Did
Because
you?
we literally couldn't see each other at all. It was that dark. So
Oh,
we were like,
no.
okay, we're all going to hold hands so that nobody gets taken by whatever's making that sound.
Yeah.
Or if someone gets taken, at least we're all going together.
Yeah.
So we were like holding hands. And then you eventually came around a bend. We could just hear like footsteps and it was you, right? You were fucking fucked out of your mind. We get up to Brendan's gaff and everyone there is also completely fucked out of their minds. They're all like asleep.
Yeah.
And now there was a few people awake and the few people that were awake were listening to Boom Blast Ruin, that song by Biffy Clyro. So I had a great time for about 3 minutes and 17 seconds. And then me and the lads were like, we need to leave.
Yeah, you left very soon after.
Yeah, only we didn't, right? Everyone was like asleep and it was the real weird atmosphere, right? So we were like, we're going to go. So we called a taxi and we stood outside thinking the taxi might be there in like 5 minutes or whatever, right? No, I think we spent the guts of an hour standing in Brendan's garden, all of us fucking freezing cold.
Yeah.
It's like 2 a.m., right?
Yeah, it was in January.
Yeah,
so
it was
really
we
cold.
but we were like, we'd actually rather be outside together awake than inside in the strange things that are happening.
There was no straight. I wasn't doing drugs then. I was just drinking a lot.
Yeah. Which is fine. Like, but the taxi eventually turned up, Greg. Right? Do you know this bit?
No, I don't think so.
So the taxi turns up, and it's a big red van, Greg, and it's covered in bright red lights, like fairy lights, but red.
Yeah.
And the registration ended with 666.
That's a real good omen.
Right? And we were all like, what is tonight? This is a dreadful night. We are definitely all going to die.
All of us, yeah.
And then I think we got the taxi back to Joe's house and slept on his floor. But that was real. That walk up was so scary.
Terrifying. I had to walk on my own to you.
I know.
Yeah.
At least you were drunk. We'd only
I don't really
Keegan and
remember.
I shared a bottle of red wine
I don't remember the walk.
that his mom gave me.
Yeah.
Or gave us. I can't imagine you remember the walk, Greg. I, on the other hand, will never forget the walk. It was so scary.
Have you ever experienced like spooky ghost story or anything, like in real life, or anything ghostly?
Oh well, there was one time. I don't know if it was. I feel like everyone that I tell this to says it's sleep paralysis, but I remember lying in bed one time. I was probably about 15, and I thought I woke up. You know, I was awake or whatever. And I was lying there, and like you're lying down, but I could see the end of my bed, and I just saw this huge, dark figure standing at the end of my bed.
Yeah,
It was huge, and I immediately nearly shat myself.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and I was looking at this thing, and I was frozen, and immediately started sweating buckets.
Yeah,
And I was looking at it, and I was petrified. Put my head under the blanket, and was like, "Oh fuck!" Took my head up out of the blanket, and it was still there. And I was like, so eventually I kind of went, "Hello, hello," and I was shitting myself. Right, so I plucked up the courage. The light for my room, the switch was at the end of the bed on the wall across the way. I had to reach over the end of the bunk bed and flick it. And I went, okay, fucking 3, 2, 1, fucking crawled as fast as I could to the end of it. And I was crawling towards this thing, bang, put the light on, there was nothing there. Wasn't even anything hanging on the back of my door like a night game or something that would give you that shape. Oh,
no, thanks.
Fuck. Yeah, that was what about you?
I've never personally experienced anything like it, no.
Okay.
But I would always, I still say it to myself, and I'm like, oh no, they're not real. Like ghosts aren't real, and that sort of thing isn't real. But I will never touch a Ouija board. I will never go near any of that kind of stuff. If someone's like, that's a haunted house, I'd be like, that's great. I'm never going in there because I don't want to be haunted.
Funny you should say that, Greg, because I brought a Ouija board with me tonight.
We're not using it.
We are.
You can own one, that's fine, but I'm never touching one.
I don't own one, and I fully agree with. I would never. No,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
No.
If I'm ever around one, I'm leaving immediately.
In fact,
With someone though.
yeah,
because
yeah, with someone else, not
if
by
I would start
myself.
playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
A real person.
Yeah,
Not a demon.
not a ghost.
Yeah.
Demon, spirit.
No. I like to believe in friendly ghosts. But you know what as well? I find the feeling of fear quite exciting.
So yeah, I love horror movies.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I
And
love
that feeling where you're really scared watching one, and then you're like, your fucking feet are up off the couch,
Yeah.
or if you have to walk back to a car park and it's
Yeah,
dark,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, there's someone fucking in here.
That's
thing
part
in
of the whole
movie.
allure of it, isn't it? Yeah.
Totally.
Fun. Do you like roller coasters?
So I've fucking never been on one.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so I say the answer to that question is no.
Yeah.
But that's a lie because I've never been on one, so how do I actually know? It's
Yeah.
the fear of the fear.
Same.
that
Yeah.
stopped me.
That's exact same with me. Yeah.
I was meant to go on one for the first time ever in Tato Park. And we went there last month, and the fucking rides were closed because of COVID.
I told you they were closed, didn't I?
No.
Oh, pretty
And-
sure I did because it says Tato Park Zoo on the.
I know,
thing.
but I thought that was just part of the ticket.
Oh, no,
So
no.
I was like, in my head, I completely psyched myself up. I went, I am fucking going on a roller coaster for the first time ever,
Oh, yeah,
baby.
they were all closed,
And
Elliot,
they were
yeah.
all closed, and I wouldn't mind. But all the fucking kids' playgrounds in the place, and there's like 9 of them, were all open, and they're
Yeah,
all crawling
no.
all over the
Yeah,
place. And
they're
I was
all
like,
able to do
surely I can sit in a roller coaster and just sanitize me bleeding hands. Like,
Yeah.
have you been on a roller coaster?
I've been on like indoor ones and like waterlog rides and stuff, but so I went to Universal Studios and Disney in California.
Okay.
So I went on Space Mountain and I went and stuff like that, and they were really fun. But I haven't been on like the Fort Park, the big massive outdoor where there's like loads of loops and big huge drops. I haven't done any of that.
Okay. Would you?
Yeah.
Would you jump out of a plane? Skydive, like?
Maybe.
We talked about this before, didn't we?
I know, yeah, but I think I would, like. But again, it is just the fear of the fear.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? It's not that I actually want to do it.
Yeah. But again, that feeling of fear is real exciting.
Do you think?
Yeah, you know, like what it's like after watching a scary movie and you have to fucking leg it to your car and I might die, fuck, this is fucking scary. Oh, it's kind of fun though.
So that, and then you're talking, because I would go with someone else, I usually is my little sister, and I'd be like talking about how scary it was.
Yeah.
And then you're like
you kind
of looking in your wing mirrors a bit, and you're like, oh no.
yeah. Oh yeah. If you ever do something like that and you have to drive somewhere by yourself,
yeah,
that's scary. I remember driving up, like, actually even with someone, I drove the Sally Gap at night time, and I couldn't help but like I had this. My body was fear. It was in like flight mode.
Yeah,
you know, get me out of here. Lock the doors. I locked the doors. Pitch black. We passed the burnt out car, and we were like, oh dear, you know. But you're also a bit like, oh, this is kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. Yeah,
it
is. Yeah.
Here, I went to the optician yesterday.
Do you need to go?
Well, I just went, for a check, and I found out that I'm colourblind.
Are you actually?
And the news just came out of the purple. Thank you. I can hear the ghosts in this room enjoyed it. I can tell.
That's very good, Elliot.
There's one right behind you.
Fine. That's a great joke.
It was a good joke. I can't take credit for it. That was from Barry in work. I've gotten all the staff telling jokes.
Really?
Yeah.
They all listen.
Well, so they all hate me more than normal because I've been telling dad jokes.
Yeah.
But I feel like secretly they kind of love it, so I'm not going to stop.
Everyone loves a dad joke.
But they're all kind of bringing in jokes now. They're like, Elliot, have you got a second? I'm like, yeah, go for it. And it's usually a dad joke.
Yeah.
And even yesterday there was a customer and I was telling a joke and he was like, oh, Jesus. And I was like, yeah, this is what I do. And he goes, I have one for you. So he started telling us jokes and said he's going to bring us more the next time and stuff.
What are they?
I told you one of them.
Okay.
Yeah. And I can't remember the other.
I just thought of a joke.
This one's only for video, so if you're not watching this on YouTube, then it won't really make sense. I'm going to wave my right hand like the Queen in that Queenie wave. And so you do that and you go, why doesn't the Queen wave with this hand? And they're like, I don't know. And you're like, well, because it's my fucking hand. So that was his one.
I quit my job at the Velcro factory. I couldn't stick with it anymore.
Very good, Greg.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thanks. Fuck. How's everything going with yourself? How's your week been?
Oh, I've been real tired this week, and I've been eating like shit this week.
Yeah.
I ate.
What's eating like shit for you though? So I imagine it's different for
I
some
ate
people.
more than one ring donut and less than 7.
You ate 6
on my
ring
lunch
donuts.
so that's not great. Yeah. That's not good at all.
Did you enjoy it?
No, not really.
Okay.
No.
I mean, is that only one instance though?
Sure.
I can neither confirm or deny.
So that's really not good. You know when you feel shit, like you that's comforting, I suppose. But like you're also aware that this is only going to make you feel good for about 2 minutes.
I know.
And then you'll hands down feel worse.
It is hard,
both mentally and physically. So this week there's been a bit of that going on, which isn't wonderful. But I've been cycling in the mornings with Ava.
You have,
which is great. We get up and we get out. We meet at like 6:30, and we get out, and it's really good to train with her because she's amazing, like on the bike. So you can't not push yourself, when you're cycling with her. So we've been doing that in the mornings before we go to work, which is really nice. A really good way to start the day. There'll be some days I'll get like 4 hours sleep, and I know I'm meeting her at 6:30, and I'll still go, and I'll always feel better after it. Like
yeah.
Except and I know JP listens to some of our podcasts.
Hello, JP.
Except the other day, Greg, Ava and I pushed ourselves, right, and we got a PB, personal best. Our average speed for the 40 kilometres was the fastest it's ever been in all this. So we had pushed it and we were quite tired. And Ava and I decided that we would cruise the next morning. It was a nice cruise cycle, shorter one.
Yeah.
And we got this route from JP. It was not a cruise, Greg.
Oh.
It was up Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what it felt like.
An onslaught.
And it took longer than our normal route, because the normal route's fairly flat. There's like small little bits of hills. So getting up that hill, holy shit. It's the first time in all the cycles that I've done the last few months that I strongly considered getting off the bike.
Jesus.
I didn't get off the bike. I feel like I'll never get off the bike. But I was close.
I'm still on the bike.
But also thank you for the routes, JP, because they are great. And it was fucking beautiful, to be fair. There's mountains and lakes and all sorts of shit everywhere.
Where did it take you?
Into Roundwood, like.
Oh.
But on these roads I've never been on.
Yeah.
And it was really wonderful. So
unreal.
Also thank you, JP, but fuck, man, it fucked me. I was floored that day. I went to work and I was like, I'm just going to sit down and if anyone needs me, fuck, don't ask me anything.
Jesus.
Yeah, so lots of cycling, which I suppose kind of counteracts the fact that I've not been eating great this week, but I'm going to try to fix that. I should say right now, but that's not going to happen. I'll try to fix that on Monday. That always works, doesn't it? Monday.
That works every time.
Monday is always a good day to start.
You can only start eating right on a Monday.
Exactly. What about you?
Yeah, all good. Good myself.
Working away?
Yeah, working away with the charity. It's nice. Yeah, no, it's good. Like, it's rewarding when you see things happen and then people recognize you for it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
That's class.
Yeah, and then tomorrow, like for instance, tomorrow I'll just be in town with an individual.
Yeah.
We just hang around. Yeah. It's great.
No, that is great though. It is rewarding, as you said. Fulfilling work, like.
Yeah, like this individual who I'm with on Fridays, I made a habit. This is a thing that Frances does with me, right? Where she'll always cheers things. Like, so if we get like a packet of Skittles or something, or if we get like a can of Coke or something, she'll always cheers it with me.
Yeah.
So I
girls are so cute.
I stole that idea.
Okay.
And I do it with him. So
are you cheating? Sorry, that's a terrible joke. Sorry.
When we usually eat lunch in like a picnic kind of way with each other.
Yeah.
Just before he goes, and I always make him wait because he always wants to open his can of Coke and drink it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hold on a sec, and then I go to like cheers him with whatever I have, usually a bottle of water or a Coke Zero.
Yeah.
And he loves it whenever we go cheers. And every time I've done it, it's been 3 times now, he has said, "Thank you so much for today."
That's class.
And my heart melts.
Yeah, that is class.
I'm like, oh my God.
Well, you're making a difference in someone's life. Like,
I know. Honestly, yeah, it's mad.
Which is unreal.
Yeah.
That's
it's great.
Really must be a really nice feeling.
It's nice to have like a positive male interaction with him, because a lot of the care staff are female. Not that that's bad, but it is important that he also socializes and has a relationship with someone of his own gender.
I think that's what I miss. Or not I miss, as in I'm missing from being a human, is that like making an impact on
meaningful work,
people's lives in a way that you're helping them.
You do it yourself, like amongst your friends and everything. You don't have to make it your job. Yeah,
I just think that's really, really great kind of line of work.
It is. It's not for everyone though.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. Honestly, it can be very hard. Like, I'm only sharing the good stories.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
there's lots of bad times, like where you have people who just have a bad day and they can't express their emotions, so they're like violent or whatever. Not towards you, but it can be scary, and it can be something. It's not for everyone to experience.
Yeah, I guess I don't even mean it in just that line of work. Like, I've got friends, who are really educated about like what's happening in like Palestine and stuff.
Right.
And I don't really know what's happening. And then I feel like, oh God, like I should really know. That can't be happening in the world. Yeah. And me be just going about my day, going for a cycle and selling shoes or whatever. I feel like they're really paying attention, and they're doing whatever they can to help in not just that particular situation, but anything like that. They're really involved with all that, and I think that's unbelievable. And I feel like I'd really like to be able to. So I suppose the point is, like, I should put effort in to find out what's actually. You know
I think that it's fascinating. I think that's real normal. But the fact, one, is that you actually care to ask about it from them.
Yeah.
And two, I'm sure they would probably say the same thing about you and the fact you have a podcast about mental health.
Actually, they have, yeah.
Yeah, so
that's a good point.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? And I suppose it comes down to, like, being desensitized. I've been saying this for years, and I even have a song about it, that Ticking Time Bomb song. And it's about, like, like we'd go on about our lives, and those ads come on the telly for, like, starving children and stuff. And a lot of the time we just, like, mute it or flick past it as humans over here that aren't suffering from any of these things or experiencing these things. And it's just, sometimes it blows my mind. I'm like, how can we go about our normal lives when all this stuff's happening in the world? It really is mad.
Yeah, it's an injustice that we get to live this peaceful life.
Yeah.
Whereas there's people out there legitimately suffering.
And then at the same time, I suppose you should be, obviously thankful, but you should be living because they can't. You should be.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, it's
Bit of a
fine.
tangent there.
All good.
How long have we been at this today?
21 minutes. You got any jokes?
Right. No.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, there was another one. Am I going to remember it? Probably not. Why do cows have hooves, not feet?
I don't know.
Because they lactose.
Very good.
Thank you, Anya, for
it
that
is
joke.
getting kind of dark, and I getting more spooked in here. So, do you want to wrap it up there?
Any scary stories?
No, I don't want to tell scary stories.
I'm actually not scared at all. This is beautiful.
It is very nice, but it's getting dark, and we have to walk back through the woods with a lot of expensive gear. So, trying to make excuses. Is it working?
Yeah, what if our lovely mics get taken?
Exactly.
Oh, other news. Sorry, last thing.
Yeah.
I bought a compressor with Dill.
Oh, you did, yeah.
And for any of you audiophiles out there, it's an Art VLA Pro 2. And Mr. Greg Kennedy over here came up to the studio the other day and helped me set it up. And we started using it, Greg and I. We were doing it totally backwards for the first 4.5 minutes.
We were.
And then we figured it out.
That's because the knob is backwards.
Say that again.
That's because the threshold control was backwards.
Yeah, it was. It is backwards, actually. That's
very confusing.
So, Greg, for our listeners who don't know what a compressor is,
it's magic.
pretty much.
It makes your louds quieter, and it makes your quieters loud.
So you get a more even signal, and which is really good to have for recording.
Yeah, it evens out things, and if you can use it in creative ways to make your sound more fat or warm or whatever you want to achieve, or like slammed, whatever.
But it's great because that's pretty much the last piece of gear that Dill and I reckon we need to really get into the studio and start recording. Famous last words for sure. And we fixed the lights in the studio almost.
Does make a huge difference, yeah.
Isn't it really bright?
Yeah.
It's a much happier place. I'm one of those people that it could be the middle of the day and the sun could be absolutely blasting through the windows. I'm going to still have the lights on because it's just a happier place with the lights on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's much better. So yeah, come down to the studio and say hello if you like. Check out our compressor.
Alright, let's wrap it up.
Thanks for listening.
I'm going to take one camera just before I close. So I don't know if I'll put something over the end of this. Oh, for the outro music. So this will end very soon, and then I'm going to bring the camera and just turn it around so you can see what's down there
and out there. Have a great week, guys. It's Monday morning if you're listening now. Do your best to get after it and have a good day.